and Ted.
It certainly was, yes.
Yeah.
You can be a king, a little street sweeper, but sooner or later
you dance with the Reaper.
So he wanted Gibson in there, but apparently Marvel were like, no.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, so he's still pushing for this. Now, is there... The possibility is that this is kind of... I don't think so, though, but there's a possibility. People are putting forward this whole idea that this is Marvel's way of, DC are talking about Denzel and The Rock and all these sort of things. Well, we want Jodie Foster and Mel Gibson. I don't think so. I think Marvel cares.
No, I don't really think
at
they
this
care
stage, because they're still pretty untouchable.
Yeah.
They're still, 7 movies ahead?
I mean, in all honesty, DC could be saying, oh yeah, we want The Rock or whoever, or Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
But, they've got Chris Hemsworth. They've got Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Chris Evans. They've got Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
They now have Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Meryl Streep. Isn't Meryl Streep in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Is she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is.
I really hope that's not a rumour.
No, I honestly think... No, tell a lie, Glenn Close.
Glenn Close,
there
yes, that's right.
But I mean, that's Glenn Close.
Yeah, Glenn Close.
That's Glenn Close.
That is Glenn Close.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So... Now, apparently, on top of all this, whenever Downey Jr. received the award, it was presented to him by Mel Gibson. And he said, you know what, unless you're without sin, and if you are, you're in the wrong industry, you should forgive this man and let him work, which is fair enough. Now, the other rumour is that Downey Jr. was the one that got Shane Black the Iron Man 3 gig.
Yeah, well,
because they're mates since Kiss Kiss. I don't know. This is news to me. Is this true?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I think it was actually it was Downey Jr. and Favreau.
Okay.
Who actually said, Shane Black.
Shane Black. All right, so, I mean, he must have some clout with Marvel at this stage.
Of course he does. He's their golden boy, for goodness sake.
Yeah, so I mean, imagine if he said, I think Jodie Foster would be good in this role, or I think Mel Gibson. They're not just going to go, no.
Yeah. Okay, Robert.
Yeah. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. You go bye-bye. So I think they'll probably at least hear him out.
Yeah, as long as it's for a decent role, as long as it's not stunt casting.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I like Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I still like Mel Gibson. He's mental. He's mental.
Did you see the South Park episode with him in it?
No. Was he mental in it?
It's brilliant.
Okay.
He runs around in his underpants.
All right. It's
fantastic.
Which means he's mental.
Yes.
And that's not a bad thing. Tom Cruise, mental.
Yeah.
But I like him.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, just before everybody starts turning off, I don't agree with what Downey Jr. said, or what Mel Gibson said, but...
Yeah. Or what Tom Cruise has said, for that matter.
The guy can act. The guy can act, and I like him. So I would have no problem.
Like, one of my all-time favourite movies of everness is Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
I love the Lethal Weapon series. Mm-hmm. Even Lethal Weapon 4.
I like Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah.
Stop in Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would be perfectly happy for him to be in a Marvel movie, and for Jodie Foster as well, because Jodie Foster's great.
What Marvel villain could you see Mel Gibson playing?
I don't know. I mean, you could see him as like Red Skull or something, just going boogaloo.
Loony Red
Boogaloo.
Skull.
Going absolutely boogaloo. Definitely.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I could see Mel Gibson as Deadpool,
Yeah, it works. Yeah. Don't write any dialogue for him. Just push him out. Tell him he shoots that guy and talk away.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep the best bits.
Yeah. And don't worry, Mel, you can talk straight at the camera. It's your best friend.
Yes, you can break that wall, Mel. Break that wall.
He jumps into a scene full of bad guys, takes them all down with his katanas.
That's it. Amo. Oh, class. Right. Okay. So we. Do you remember there was the story that we're getting a Peggy
Carter
TV series, and that kind of it seemed to be going to happen. Here, I haven't watched. Have you watched the one shot, the Carter one shot on Iron Man 3?
I have, yes.
I haven't watched it. Is it any good? No. Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. It's not enough.
Why are you mouthing? It's terrible.
Oh, because it's terrible.
Okay. Go on.
No, it's okay. You watch it once and that's it. It doesn't make you go, I need to see more of this.
Okay.
Like with the Coulson shorts on the Captain America Blu-ray. Mm-hmm. The one where he's in the petrol station, he just takes down two bad guys, and it makes you go, I want to see a series of this, and then she'll come along and you're like, no. Well, with
how wrong was I?
Yeah, but you want to see that Coulson in a Shield TV series. You know what I mean? And we haven't got that. But watching the Marvel one shot, Hayley Atwell is a fantastic actress. She was in that Black Mirror episode.
Amazing in it.
A brilliant episode, a brilliant actress. But I don't think the Peggy Carter role is strong enough to carry an entire TV series.
Right. Well, according to the Daily Mirror, right now, we did think that this was dead in the water because we had heard the news that Marvel were optioning a few other TV shows. We assumed it was going to be the Picard one. Then they announced that they're going to be doing Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones, which would eventually all come together in the Defenders miniseries as well. So we figured at that point Agent Carter was dead in the water. But according to the Daily Mirror, Hayley Atwell has all but signed on to this Carter TV series.
All but signed on?
Yeah, as in she's hovering over the page.
The dotted line.
Yeah. So they seem quite confident this is going to happen.
Right.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, it could come out and be really good. I just don't care enough.
Well, based on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm going to say no to another Marvel TV series.
Yeah.
And especially one with Agent Carter in it. Because, she's a brass lady, you know what I mean? Like, she was a great character for Captain America, the first Avenger. Mm-hmm. But for, like I said, an entire TV series, you could go down the whole route of Agent Coulson. Where it's like, hey, we want to see more of this guy. Oh, actually, no, we don't.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah.
30 seconds in each movie is more than enough. Okay, right. Now, what else? But she is back in Captain America, right? She's back as an older version.
Yeah, she plays an old woman.
Yeah. Because even though they said this wasn't going to happen, it was kind of let out of the bag, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we have the filming.
Yeah.
We have the pictures taken from the set of her as an old woman in her house.
An old woman. So presumably he goes back to visit her as in the modern day.
Yeah, which was hinted at in the deleted scenes of the Avengers, where he's looking through the folder and files and he sees her file and it says that she's retired. And she's like in her 80s now.
Okay, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
So unless they start the TV series kind of with the older Peggy looking back,
it should be like young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, with that Harrison Ford films, that 30 seconds, which actually at one point made me think I need to buy this series. And I was like, what am I mad?
No,
I watched it on TV. It's awful. Yeah, so that's there's that news. Right, we talked about S.H.I.E.L.D. Stan Lee is going to make a S.H.I.E.L.D. appearance. Woohoo!
Huzzah!
Yeah,
fulfilling his Marvel contractual obligation to show up in most of their properties.
Yeah, well, he's going to be on the episode that airs on February 4th, and though Lee wouldn't reveal what role he plays, he describes it as a big one.
Easy.
Quite a boast. But really, it's not going to be. Sure, it's not.
No, it's not. I mean, like, to be honest with you, if it can top him stamping library books while Spider-Man takes on the lizard in the background, fair play to you, but I don't think it will.
No, that was probably his best cameo.
That was fantastic.
I actually liked him. Sorry, his cameo in Daredevil was quite good. Where the big
and he stops him
from
crossing the road and being hit by a car. Yeah, again, talking of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it came back after its Christmas break in America, but Channel 4 have no plans to show it as of yet.
Is that right?
Because in the slot, on the Friday night slot where it normally would play, they have a new cooking show.
Funny,
which is running for the next 6 weeks.
I was searching the other night to see when it was coming back. So it's a download, it's now a download show?
Yes.
Right.
It's back to the whole, of course I acquired it legally. What are you talking about?
Yes. Speaking of downloads, for our American fans, don't forget Banshee Season 2 starts tomorrow night.
Well, hey.
Have you watched Banshee yet?
No.
Get it watched!
It's in my list!
No, don't worry about your list.
I have a My Name is Earl style list of all these shows that I have to watch.
Banshee. Get it watched.
On it is My Name is Earl.
Trust me. Trust me on this. Yeah. Okay, what else? Yes. Agent Coulson, what do you call him? Clark Gregg.
Clark Gregg.
Has been talking about the big reveal of what really happened Coulson after Loki stabbed him through the chest.
Do we even care?
Do we care? I don't know.
Do we?
I don't know. He said, as a fanboy, I thought, how are we going to do this? We've been keeping it for 10 episodes. We know there's something bogus about the magical place concept. He can't even say it to Tahiti without turning into a robot. Is he a robot? How do they bring him back? Is this some kind of life model decoy? All the Marvel fans think, is he the Vision? There's all these theories. How do you deal with this if it really pays off? You don't want him to go right. So he thinks, well, I guess that's the finale of the show. There's really no need to continue after this. The bullet was in the chamber. Now it's completely blown. So what he says that basically when we find out what happened, we're all going to be like, oh, that's amazing. Are we?
No.
Can't see it.
No, not really.
Can't really see it.
If they do go down the route, because there was an episode where, he does undo his shirt, and you see the wound that Loki caused in Avengers. So unless the life model decoys had that wound added to it...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. And if he does end up being the Vision or something like that, you're going down the Doctor Who companions route of having every single companion have something special about them.
Yeah.
So obviously, what I like the most about Agent Coulson, especially when he was, like just popping up in random Marvel movies, and when he was in, the Marvel one-shot shorts. Try saying that when you're drunk.
Wow.
But the Marvel one-shot shorts, easy. He was a badass, and you wanted to see more of him. And what you liked the most about him was the fact that he was just an average guy. He had the suit, the average black suit on. It looked like he could wake up in the morning, get a train, go to an office, sit behind a desk for 8 hours, and come home.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, wow, he can kick ass. That's class. But then if it turns out he's the Vision, or if he's something spectacular, it just takes everything away from it, because he was such a normal character in a world of extraordinary characters.
Yes, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with that. Right, what else? Ant-Man.
Wait.
I think we're getting excited about Ant-Man.
I'm overly excited about Ant-Man.
I'm
it's
really
2 years
about
away.
Ant-Man, yeah.
I was actually thinking about it the other day. This time next year, we still won't have seen Ant-Man.
Yeah, because, funny, I was listening back to the show when you were saying about next year, and I think, no, but Ant-Man's the following year. But yeah.
Well, no, because it is 2015. It's next year.
Yeah, but, anyway.
No, the last show was in 2014.
No, but you're saying this time next year, but it won't be this time next year. It'll be
this time next year plus 6 months. Is what I meant to say. That's what I was saying.
This time next year, but nowhere near this time.
Look, read between the lines.
Right, okay. Right. Ant-Man director Edgar Wright,
yes.
who took to his blog during the week and simply posted that he was doing some homework. In the same post, he included an image from the animated series Avengers Earth Might His Heroes episode To Steal an Ant-Man.
Yeah.
The episode was based on the Marvel premiere number 47 and features future Ant-Man Scott Lang stealing original Ant-Man Hank Pym's equipment, and using it to commit crimes. It was always Wright's plan to involve both Hank Pym and the later Ant-Man in the comics, Scott Lang, to appear in the film. The image, along with the Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige previously calling Ant-Man a heist film, it seems likely that we might be seeing something similar taking place on the big screen. It's worth mentioning that when Marvel confirmed Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, they made no mention of which Ant-Man. Most just assumed he was Hank Pym, but to be honest, it's a pretty safe bet. So who is Lang? Could this still be Simon Pegg?
Perhaps.
I think this might happen.
Do you think Simon Pegg and Paul Rudd together in a movie directed by Edgar Wright?
Paul Rudd, a Marvel superhero movie directed by Edgar Wright. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Seriously, right?
Yeah.
Edgar Wright's directing from the script that he co-wrote with Joe Cornish, who wrote Attack the Block. The film, which will launch Marvel's Phase 3, will hit theatres on the 31st July 2015. Oh my god, that could be amazing.
Yes, it could.
That could be, couldn't it? Seriously?
Yeah.
Because I think that this is the sort of thing, if Simon Pegg is the other Ant-Man, I think Marvel would want to sit on this and make a big deal out of it, because that would be a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And there is still that cryptic picture that Pegg posted himself on Twitter.
Yeah, with him
pointing to the picture of Ant-Man.
At the Ant-Man, the comic book. Yeah, no, that would be amazing. And the fact that Marvel have to start off really strong with each phase.
Yes.
Because, like obviously Ant-Man is going to be the movie that kicks off Phase 3 right after Avengers 2. Mm-hmm. And the best part is, with Avengers 2, it's coming out, at the start of May? And then we've got Ant-Man in July.
Okay.
So they really need to come out of the gate fairly strong with the first Phase 3 movie. And I genuinely think what you've just said, Paul Rudd and Simon Pegg in a movie directed by Edgar Wright, a Marvel movie, that's gonna be mind blowing for the fanboys.
The only question in my mind is, who's Nick Frost going to play?
Yeah. Because you know he's going to have a cameo.
Because you know what? I always liked Nick Frost. I had a lot more respect for him after The World's End, because he was phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
He really was. He was brilliant in it. Right.
Joe, Nick Frost has his own movie coming out this year, I believe.
Okay.
Cuban Fury.
All right.
Which is pretty much the male version of Dirty Dancing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not sure if I really want to see it or
I believe he wrote it as well as starring in it, or I don't know if he's directing it. Don't know what's going on there, but yeah, Cuban Fury. Keep
an ie out for that. Okay, this is Shine 102.4 FM, and you are Following the Nerd. I'm Mark.
I'm Saxon.
You can get us on Facebook at facebook.com/Following the Nerd. You can tweet us at Nerd Following. You can get all the latest news, reviews, and interviews at www.followingthenerd.com.
I'm Colin Baker, and I am following the nerd. So you should follow it too.
Hello, I'm Sylvester McCoy, and I'm following the nerd.
This is the nerd you're looking for.
Do you enjoy listening to the Following the Nerd show?
Well, show your support by going to www.shortyawards.com and voting for us in the podcast category. If Ricky Gervais